I want to talk a little more about this circuit because in the last video I noticed that specifications of this circuit was not so clear. So I want to go in more detail now to have a fully functional circuit. We see the circuit here as it was published in the old magazine, but you can take the Eagle CAD schematics from my website. I made a PCB2 that I have released for free, so go in the description and download the files to make your own ESR meter. First of all, you have to notice that the resistor in the bridge here are 1% resistors. This is not really important because in the older magazine only R9 and R11 were marked to be 1%. But I think that the bridge should be of a good precision. Using a 1% resistor will be good. Then I want to say something more about the construction of the circuit. The circuit, as you can see, is very simple. It's based on a quad op-amp chip, like this. It's a TL084 quad op-amp JFET input that you can find with no difficulty. As already told in the last video, I put an analog meter that marks at 100 microamps full scale deflection, but you can use a normal tester instead of the analog meter, so you have to connect the tester every time you want to take an ESR. In the original they use a tester too. I connect here my analog meter and I add a green LED, is this, just to mark that the unit is on. All the other circuit as a component, it's like in the original magazine. I only take this trimmer here, R21, I substitute with a potentiometer so I can calibrate the unit every time I want without opening the box. These are the only difference in respect to the original circuit. Now we are going to do the calibration of the unit. I'll redo the calibration in a more detailed way to be more clear. Okay, first of all, if you have checked that your circuit is all complete, just turn on the unit. As I told you, I put a green LED just to mark that the unit is on. And the first thing we want to check is the fact that we have a square wave of 100 kHz coming from the oscillator here. We can check this with the oscilloscope, or if you don't have one, it's not a big problem. You can try to use the unit and see if it works, because if the oscillator is not running, you cannot have a reading here. So it's easy to do even without an oscilloscope. The 100 kHz frequency is something you don't have to focus too much, because the unit works even if the frequency is a little bit slow or a little bit higher, depending on the tolerance of the components, obviously. In checking the oscillator, be sure to connect the ground clip of your oscilloscope here on the relative ground, because in this instrument the ground for the whole circuit is not the minus of the battery, but is the relative ground built with this split. supply here, okay? So the ground is the pin 1 of the circuit. The easy way to do this is connecting the clip of the oscilloscope here in the same spot. You have to connect the negative probe of your multimeter, for example. I have connected my oscilloscope on the pin 14 of the IC. You can see a slightly higher frequency, 118 kHz, and the square wave is not so good, but this is not important for the correct functioning of the circuit. Now that we know that the circuit is working correctly, the oscillator is running at around 100 kHz. The first test we have to do, short the probes here. We short the probes here to simulate a shorted capacitor. The LED, the red LED, should be go on. This is the LED that inform us that the capacitor is short. Obviously there is nothing in the probes, but just to simulate a short. As you can see, the meter is showing something, but this is not important. Connect a 100 microfarads good capacitor at the instrument. Take a look of your meter, or if you want you can use a tester to do the same thing. This is a auto range tester, but you have to stay in the 100-200 microamps current range to make this. With this kind of capacitor, 100 microfarad, I will adjust here the potentiometer. Depend on how you do your circuit. You have to adjust the R21 that I say that I have substituted with the potentiometer. So we adjust the value of the potentiometer to reach 100 microamps on the instruments, and everything is set. In this setup here, we will do now a test to explain better the concept about equivalent series resistance, the ESR. I have a 3 trimmer here, one set at about 1 ohm, one set at about 10 ohm, and one set at about 20 ohm, and the probes of the instruments are connected to the streamers here. Now we will put in series to the capacitor, and we look at what the ESR is. For example, if we put 1 ohm in series, you can see we have lose something like 5 microamps, maybe a little less. If we put the capacitor in series with a 10 ohm resistor, so we are simulating an increase in ESR in this capacitor, okay? A 10 ohm in series to the capacitor will lower the reading of the current at about 70 microamps. Remember that a capacitor that reads below 60 is to discard. We'll now try 20 ohm. We are about 50 microamps, and if we read something like this, this is a capacitor to throw away. I want to show now this old capacitor from about 1.6. We'll try here. There is something. Okay, we'll read 60 microamps with 1 ohm in series, but I want to try that alone without a series resistance. Look at this old capacitor. This very old capacitor is reading 70 microamps. You have to consider that capacity influence the reading, because lower values of capacity, microfarads, shows lower reading on the meter. A reading under 60 microamps tells you that the capacitor is not good for any application at all. A final note on this circuit: you can test electrolytics bigger than 1 microfarad. The circuit is protected against discharge, so you can check charged capacitors. You can test capacitors directly in the circuit, so you don't have the need to desolder the capacitor to test it. And this circuit do not care about the polarity of the capacitor, so you can hook up your probes in any way you want on the capacitor. Subscribe this channel for more content like this and more resources. We have a lot of projects to show in the upcoming videos.